Welkom bij Café Weltschmerz. Vandaag weer een speciaal interview met een internationale gast. Vandaar dat we de rest van de aflevering in het Engels zullen doen. Hi Chris, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. We spoke, I think, mainly on Instagram, Zoom. You've been an outspoken advocate for freedom. But for the people who have not seen your clips going around on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, please tell us, who is Chris?
Well, originally, I'm in the residential low-rise development business back in Ontario, Canada, where I'm from, where I was born. I've been in that industry for almost 3 decades. So I've been working with government for over 2 decades. So I know how they operate. And I was never political. I was never any type of freedom fighter. I've never been to a protest in my life. I just happened to be on vacation with my wife, coming through the Netherlands and Italy, right in February, the end of February, February 27th, actually, on her birthday, we landed in Venice for Carnival, the day they actually canceled Carnival for the first time ever. So I was introduced into COVID basically by becoming right in the epicenter of the virus for Europe, and the outbreak happened. And right away, the information that was being shown on television, especially in Canadian television, we were getting phone calls, versus the reality on the ground was so conflicting that we knew right away something was wrong. They were blowing it way out of proportion, and we knew it was going to be something big. And then sure enough, they started locking down Italy. We basically escaped Italy, made it back to the Netherlands, had a nice weekend, went to Paris, and then COVID hit Paris. We ended up having to leave Paris March 3rd to go back to Canada. And the first thing we did tell everybody is they're probably going to lock down Canada like they locked down Europe. And sure enough, they did. And the first thing I realized when they're locking people down is they're going to close these businesses. And in a country like Canada, small business represents 97% of all the businesses in Canada, 70% of the jobs, and a huge percentage of the GDP. Basically, it's the backbone of the economy, the backbone of the middle class. So right away, anybody that understood economics, didn't matter about science at that point, would realize that this is going to destroy the economy.
And with that, do much more harm also to the public health than it could ever avoid in a case of a pandemic.
Thank you.
Which was very clear, I think,
early on.
At least or April 2020, there was no public health emergency.
Thank you. Thank you. It was clear as